record and I'll share with you. Yes?
That'll be easy. Okay,
Great.
so Charlie, so are you starting recording? There we go. Welcome, Charlie, and welcome your wonderful teacher, Elza.
Thank you for having us, Mrs.
Thank you
Isabella.
thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. This is such a delight. Charlie, how old are you?
I'm 7.
What grade are you in school?
First grade.
First grade. Do you like school?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do in school?
Science.
I like science too. What about outside of school? Do you have any fun things that you do outside of school?
Yeah, I like
Play piano. Just say
play piano.
play piano. One of the activities Charlie likes to do. He loves music, right?
Yeah.
What else, Charlie?
Of course, and I can't wait to see you playing the piano.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I like chocolate.
Me too. I like chocolate too, it's so delicious. Yes, yay!
Charlie likes to give lots of hearts, right? Charlie, how you do that? This is his favorite thing to do, yeah? So
Perfect.
he this, right?
Charlie, you did a great job. Oh, yes, definitely. You did a great job performing your wonderful piece at the Beethoven Festival. Congratulations.
I just got like a
Louder. Speak
picture.
louder.
I just got a picture, like
You mean
congratulations.
certificate? You
Yeah.
got
Certificate.
That's right.
That
Mrs.
is a wonderful recognition of your hard work and your teacher's hard work.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, today I look forward to see you and your teacher playing the piano. And I can't wait to learn and see the wonderful things that you do together. Right? I would like to introduce your teacher as well. Elza, hi.
Hello. Hi, Mrs. Isabella again. And thank you for having us with Charlie. It was pleasure to participate in your beautiful festival. Um, it was really pleasure to meet you.
Same here. So delightful to have you both and your wonderful students and seeing your studio. I just wanted the whole musical community to be able to see how you work in action to, tackle some of the challenges at the
I
piano.
cannot wait to start. I can see how
Right.
patient.
There we go. So I would love to start with you, Elza. That you teach all different ages and the levels, but I particularly am interested in see how you teach the young students. So today I would love for you to demonstrate at the piano with Charlie, show all of us how you work on the piece of music. And obviously, there are a lot of things involved, right? The technique, the hand position, how you use your arm, how you use your fingers, how you get your beautiful sound out of that keyboard, and anything else, how you wanted to shape the music, make the music expressive, whatever you like to show us, please.
Sure, definitely we will demonstrate as much as we can on a piece of music what Charlie is learning now. It's Clemente Sonatina #1, third movement. So it's his new piece, and we working on hands separate, little bit hands together. We will demonstrate. And as you wanted me introduce myself, I'm again Elza Ritter, and I graduated from Moscow Gnestin Academy, where I received my bachelor degree and in the piano performance and piano pedagogy. I have experience of teaching 35 about years, 20 years in the United States, in Virginia, and I am actually become pretty much expert on the teaching online with our pandemic starting last February or March. So I'm intensively teach online, plus some students come to my studio. Maybe we should have a mask for more like security. I don't know how people will react on us without mask here. Oh my God, we're gonna get lots of tomatoes throwing at us. Let me have my mask. Just what do you think,
No,
Mrs.?
you're good. Here you're good because you're in the studio, you're talking, you're safe, you know you and Charlie are healthy. So that's
We
good.
just had our test, so we are healthy. We're like very confident in ourselves, because sometimes people make this comments like, "Oh, you without mask." So I definitely have experience in teaching based on a Russian technique. Plus, I adapted it kind of in an American style, because usually students, parents can afford only once a week here lesson, not like 2-3 times like we used to have in Russia to establish hands position. In general, I would like to say that what we're gonna show is like really teeny tiny part of like big process. Of course, to establish good technique and teach student be expressive and musical, it's take time. I would compare it like a sculpture, you know, the sculpture, and the artist would, you know, shape it, right? A little bit less here, a little bit more here. So it's, of course, takes lessons and months to have some kind of, you know, nice shape of performance. And homework, of course, I try to teach them how my students, how they should practice at home, not just I teach them here once a week and just, okay, go and do whatever you want. No, I try to do my best, explain them what they need to do at home. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. And first thing when they come here, I would ask, for example, let's start. I will ask their notebook, and the same time I'm asking, Charlie,
Yes.
last time I gave you assignment on the sonatina, right? Can you turn your head, look at the camera, please? Yes. So do you remember what was the assignment for sonatina? What you practiced?
Opus.
I know the Opus 36, number 2. What was exactly assignment for the sonatina? What you supposed to do at home? What you supposed to focus and practice? Hands separate, hands together, play by heart, what?
Hands separate.
Good job, Charlie. It is in a notebook set. Hands separately. Sonatina, third movement. Very good. And it's new sonatina. So it means he had only 1 week. So I have an idea looking at my notes. Plus I'm checking if the student remember, if the student really did what I asked to do, not like very often. What did you practice? Something. What did you practice specifically? I don't know. Do you want me to play this?
Yeah,
or?
no, I think that's exactly. You can just go as your lesson goes, because I think that's the beauty of, just watching you, how you go through that whole process.
Carla, let's demonstrate your homework. Hand separately. We're not going to play everything, but a little bit, okay? A little bit right hand, a little bit left hand, just to start with right hand. Wait, Charlie. You play wrong one. Sorry, I give you the wrong piece. This was first movement, but he already learned. And he's playing. He can play anything. Okay, Charlie. Third movement. Okay, let's stop here, Charlie. Good job. So you probably cannot see from your side, but I spotted right away from my side, and you would see definitely if you would be in the right. Charlie is actually transferred student. So he arrived with lots of bad habits engraved in him, and we're working with lots of subjects, issues on the technique. So one of his very weak point of technique, it's pinkies. So he used to play just very straight up pinky like this, and now even he got better lately. For some reason he forgot, and he played with basically all this part of pinky instead of that. So now I'm gonna correct, and I believe I gave him exercise for pinky specifically. I might give him again. So something like, Charlie, let's do just C major scale with pinky only, non-legato, non-legato. Can you do it? Oh my God, no, no, no. We don't want to poke the key, Charlie. We want a very, very free, loose hand. And I would show in his hand. I would show, so watch, okay? Watch and learn first. This is our pinky. Feel it? So I'm not poking. I'm not trying to hurt piano, right? Very loosely, hand like this. Try again. Couple notes. Yeah, this is still our not great point, but okay, for now, I'm just keep going. But this we are working. Specifically pinky and specifically thumb, actually weak fingers when the students don't have a good, technique established yet. Okay, let's check your left hand, Charlie. Very good, Charlie. I did not see your pinky. Sound is good. I'm not going to comment if it was not good position. Sound was good. Sound was really beautiful, right? Musical sound. You got the pulse. See, Mrs. Isabella, she probably wants to applaud you. It was
good job.
Good job. It was very nice. So now I'm not sure if Charlie is ready for hands together. I will demonstrate a little bit. Maybe we try now slowly with just Charlie. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Sorry, it's my dog. I need to look here. Okay, I feel it was not really the best. So before ask Charlie playing hands together, I would ask him play left hand, I play right hand. After that, I play reverse. Okay? So let's do this. Charlie left hand, ready, set, start. Reverse Charlie play right hand. Before you continue, I want to point it out, there is 2 repeated notes, right? So we definitely don't want to play them the same color, the same tone, right? So how we can make the, first of all, I'm going to ask Charlie, what do you think? Which note louder, first or second repeated? First C or second C? Which one is softer, which one is louder? No, opposite. First is louder, second softer. Why? Because it's a second beat. This is third beat. I might explain students again about why is the first beat strong, second softer, third even softer, so they would understand the rhythmical pattern of the 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's the example of 1, 2, 3. We don't want a second sound loud. Try. Here, do you hear it? Okay, good. If student does not follow very well, again, I will show in a hand, I will student feel the different way of the finger. In this case, there's not much arm involvement, just the finger, different touch, right? First sound, first tone has a more weight, second has a light weight, lighter. Okay, try again. See, he's so smart. He listened, he did it. Good job, Charlie. Let's start. I play left hand, you play right hand. Ready, set, go. To good. I think you at home, you play a few times, a couple of days, right? Separate hands, and after that you can start with hands together. Okay. I want to work a little bit on this long passage. Very technical, difficult passage. So let me hear what you have for now. Can you play from here? Okay. How we call this? The group of the long group. It's a group of notes, right? Many notes under one long slur. It's called a phrase. Remember? A phrase. What's happening when we have a new phrase? It's like a conversation. It's like a sentence, right? We want to say something. It's our new sentence. Are you okay? Your eyes watery or something? Something in your eye? You okay? I just heard. Let me give you some tissue, okay? So try to remember in a sentence, before we start, we need to breathe. We will breathe with the hand. So this is the wrist motion. Sometimes I suggest students just breathe. Inhale with the hand. Inhale, and again, I might give special exercise if student did not get it. So just give me your best, play this phrase. I'm going to give you tissue. Okay, so what I heard, it was not so bad. It was for now just a little bit faster, just a little bit, and keep in mind the beginning of the phrase. It's going somewhere. The end, right? So it's like a long journey. Maybe it's a little boat in you wanna me play on your fingers? Oh, he loves it. Sometimes I play on the shoulders. Okay, play on your shoulders. Okay, do you feel it? Hold on. Wait, you feel it. Right? Yeah, so now Charles is gonna try. Oh, we had a little problem here. Charlie, what was the problem? You play wrong fingers. Big problem, right? Okay, I would finish a little bit more nicer. This kind of abrupted. It's like someone slammed the door. When you finish your nice meeting, nice party, you want to say goodbye, goodbye, give the hug, the kiss, whatever, nice handshake, wave, but you're not slamming the door, right? So you goodbye. Charlie is very good to learning and hearing copy. He's very good and good job, Charlie. So I would suggest when we're ready to increase speed for this one, I would suggest play by parts, partially. For example, so up until the first beat of the next bar. And next part. So basically by 7 notes, 7 or 8 notes. Also, I would suggest play by 2 notes, 3 notes. So this is going to be our drill to increase the flow and speed. Yes. Sonatina has lots of repetitions, so it's a work in progress. I think it's good enough. Maybe we can ask Charlie play if he remember first movement. Do you remember?
Sure.
First?
This one is high and this one is low, but they still sound the same.
Remember? Yes, exactly. So if you play partially, it's going to be good. Try it a little bit. I think you do hands together this time. You forgot? Okay. Fine. Let Ms Elza play a little bit of this. And the first, stay here, Charlie. Very soon should be something like this, right? If you have questions, Mrs. Isabella, please.
Yeah. So how long does it usually for you and Charlie, right, to learn a piece from, the notes until you can put hands together?
I think it's gonna take them maybe 4 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Do you assign portions of the piece to go home with, or you have Charlie learn the whole, let's say, whole page or whole piece, just the notes, just the right hand, or?
Actually, the first question, maybe I didn't understand. Did you ask how long it takes to put hands together or to finish the?
To put hands together.
To put hands together, you see, it took a week. I mean, like, it all depends. Depends on a student, depends on how he practice. So last week I gave him new piece, hand separate, right? So now I'm saying he can go home and still practice few days hand separately and try to put them together. Okay. So sometimes maybe it takes more than a week or 2. Sometimes depends on the piece also, maybe hands together. Yeah.
Do you start piece with Charlie or students in general? You actually assign them to go home just to learn them.
I start. Maybe not so detailed, maybe not like whole piece, but I give them like mostly I start with the difficult spots. I like pick up the most difficult and we work on this and see how it's is there potential. And if I see there's potential to learn, the student will learn this, specifically some difficult moments. I would start and like we discuss the time signature, the key signature. I ask them to count. Sometimes if Charlie maybe needs some. From last time we did some exercises actually for clapping for 16 notes for these passages. I asked him, okay, here's your 16 notes. We're gonna count them 1, 2, 3. This we went through And I said, do this exercise for clapping. And I said, okay, we're just gonna count this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I give him about 1 page. You see, I wrote for him 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here's nothing. But he learned today, he brought the whole piece hand separately. And I went through the difficult rhythmical spots. So I see, we practice, I circle them. I actually circled even differently. There's circles, there's squares. So I gave him some kind of patterns so he would see the similarity that it's like long piece, but there's lots of repetitions.
How do you have him counting? What?
Oh, they all don't like. Okay, you want to say something? Okay,
so how do you count? Like sometimes you count with your hands, like 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beats, like that. And sometimes it just goes like further, like 1, 2, 3.
So mostly Charlie is a good student who listens the teacher. But in general, of course, you probably know Mrs. Isabella, they don't like to count, right? So I have to convince them, I have to prove, you see, you cannot play this because you don't count, you don't like to count. So we really need to count. And often I just give them some rhythmical book without playing. So they just go through the pages and clap or tap and count. So they understand that it's part of the music. When I went to school, music school in Russia, we had the subject just of rhythm. The 1 hour, once a week. Teacher was in front of me. I was student, like, you know, maybe 10, 12, 13 years old kid, and table between us. Here's the book. And I would be doing this all rhythms, counting out loud. This was boring. I don't think anyone liked this class, but we were assigned, everyone's supposed to take this rhythm class.
Rhythm is so foundational, so important, right? Now, when you assign Charlie a piece home, and sometimes if the hand position is not consistent, how do you make sure that he understands during the week, to keep it the good position?
This is not easy because, for example, Charlie knows how pinky should be placed. And imagine here's the key, Charlie, okay? Place your pinky and see, he knows it should be like that, right? But because he already have some kind of, as I said, engraved bad habits, he would place like that, right? So he knows what to do, but the bad habits coming out. So only thing it's correct on the lesson, give him more exercises, more advices, and hope that when he go home, he reminds himself. So I often say, just remind yourself, because I'm not here, I cannot help you when you're home, right?
This is not right. Like,
see, he knows by
and this is right.
This is right. Yeah.
Good. Now, how much do you ask Charlie to practice a day, or there's a certain amount of time? Or would you say, well, you finish whatever your assignment is? Yes, Charlie.
Charlie, talk.
So like every day, every Monday, Ms. Elza gives me a homework, and only the class ends from like 1 minute to 45 minutes.
Right, 45 minutes class. The question is how much you practice at home, how many days?
So I probably practice like a lot of days to practice.
Almost every day, right?
Yeah.
How long you practice? 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes?
I practice sometimes 30 minutes, but every day 45 minutes.
So he usually because Charlie actually started with me not so long, maybe 5 months, 6 months. So
in
this
October,
you see, October, November, December, January, 4 months, just 4 months. And I said he had much more problems with technical problems. We're still working on that. So usually for the new student, I say, okay, your lesson 45 minutes, you please try to practice at least 45 minutes. okay? And but again, I tried to explain and parents and the student that the timing is not so crucial. The more important how you student make a progress during practice, right? Not just looking at the watch and okay, I did my chores for 45 minutes, right? So I think Charlie is pretty good in practicing. In my notebook, I designed this notebook. You see, I have an assignment practice log. Okay, so here's my assignments. Here they're supposed to write down how much they practice daily. Okay, how much time. And here's the total. And I would give them grade, but I never asked Charlie. His page is empty. I never asked Charlie, write for me. I usually use this if there's some problem, student don't practice, or if student not progressing, and I would question myself like our parents, why guys it's not going well? Maybe student practice not enough, maybe student practice wrong. So I required, please write down how much student practice this piece and that piece. I need very detailed report basically weekly. But with Charlie, I just look at his notebook. Yeah, we started in October, and I never asked him to fill out this assignment practice log. October 5th, yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, do you assign warm-ups and scales, or?
Yes, we do. Are you asking about this technical, right, preparation?
Elza, if you could adjust your half, I only have half your head. Yeah, okay, perfect, perfect.
Yes, if a student, the beginner, I would start with 5 fingers patterns before scales. When 5 fingers, Charlie, let me finish. Hold on 1 second. I'm talking. Please be patient. So when 5 fingers patterns, we worked with different articulations, and I see nice improvement. I would work on the scales. So the goal is, of course, to teach students play the scales and the chords and arpeggios. And I have actually few adult students who really accomplished such a great level of technical skills, learning all scales, learning all major and minor, sharp and flat. Kids, they kind of, they don't like to do this, but still progressing. Charlie, he did 5 fingers pattern. We did with him hands separately, scales, some scales, right? What do you want to say, Charlie?
I just want to say that I just want to add to something from one of these pages. Like not this page.
Do you want us to demonstrate some 5 fingers patterns or scales? No? Okay. Okay. Charlie, okay, look what you want to say.
So.
No, you wanted to say something from the book, or you want to just say for say? What?
Oh, yes. So in this book, Ms Elza gave me like a lot of homework for me to practice. So I can be like a good piano player, or like.
Do you want to share one of your notebook, one of your assignments, for example?
Yeah, for example.
If we don't focus much like lately on a specific piece, it might look something like this. See 5 fingers patterns, and there was a lesson book, technique, theory, performance. So I go by the method books also, and plus 5 fingers patterns or the scales. So this was one of the first lessons in the beginning, October. And he already did 5 fingers, plus he did some Christmas. Charlie has a lot.
So one more page that it has.
Charlie, tell me how you like also improvise.
Oh,
this is another thing. He likes to improvise. He likes to compose his own tunes. And sometimes the most fun part of the lesson when Charlie come and he played his own tune, he heard, he picked up, and we play on 2 pianos, on 2 grand pianos. And I try to see what he is playing, and I kind of helping him, kind of like jamming, This is really fun.
Charlie, could you play part of your own improvising pieces?
Why not?
Why not?
And Ms Elza can play along.
Yeah, if I can, you know, he's so, Charlie, anything, try. Where are you going?
If I'm gonna play my competition, I
Sure.
need the pedal.
How about we're gonna put this here? Go to that piano with the pedal.
This is kind of low.
It means we have to change the chair.
Yeah.
It means you make your work so hard, Charlie.
I'm
Okay.
gonna help you.
Okay. See, the good thing that he knows what is right, what is wrong. So in the beginning, of course, I always teach correct position, correct distance between our body and the keyboard, correct height of the bench. It's so important. He learned it, you see? He didn't want it to sit in this low chair. He said, I need higher chair. So this is good. Sometimes students, they don't care. They hear 100 times from me, but they don't care. Charlie heard one time, he remembered, he does right. So this I'm really proud of Charlie about this. So play your composition.
Excellent work.
So free. He is like making the music.
You're going to be a composer too.
He's very expressive, he's very free, and he's very sensitive. Right, Charlie? Do you want to tell one story about yourself? Come here.
So
Tell us how you cried one time. Why you cried? Because because when he's on music, he's like really in the music. And like, Charlie, stop. He didn't hear me. Charlie, stop. He doesn't hear me. Charlie, stop. And like, you yelling at me. Right? So he's ear sensitive and he's sensitive. Good boy, very good boy.
It takes that sensitivity to feel the music. This is a wonderful job, Charlie. Thank you so much for showing everyone how you learn piano, how you practice piano, share your time, and your teacher. Thank you so much, Elsa, to sharing, to share this your expertise and your knowledge and your teaching skills with everybody. I so appreciate it.
Thank you, Mrs. Isabella.
thank you.
We
to
thank you.
All the best. I know you'll make a lots of progress. I look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yes, we'll try to prepare Chopin. We'll practice another composers, right? And go play for Mrs. Isabella's competition again.
Or
Yes.
or
Bach.
Sortina or Sandy.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Mrs. Isabella.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's be in contact and see how you wanted to edit video and all that. Yeah.
Yes. And okay, I will text you later and
Yes. Yes.
have a short video. Bye, Mrs.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Isabella.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
I
Yes.
miss you.
We already miss you.
Yeah, will too. I will too. Thank you.
Thank you.